Good morning and welcome to PrintTV, the weekly news bulletin of AustralianPrinter.com.au. My name is Wayne Robinson, editor of Australian Printer, and welcome to this week's news. A massive week in print, kicked off with PMP, the country's biggest printer, announcing that its Australian print arm revenues are down by $40 million at 20%. Peter George citing lost contracts that he was unable to replace, heatset price war, and customers hesitant to commit to the company before the update or outset of the merger with IPMG was announced by the ACCC. PMP revenues overall are up by 20%, but that was entirely due to Gordon & Gotch winning the Bauer Media distribution contract. Bauer handed it over basically to Gordon & Gotch late last year. Gordon & Gotch was responsible for all that. Net loss for PMP, $14.5 million, down into the red compared with a $1.1 million profit last time around. Same day, IVE, the diversified group, released its figures, and it was going the other way. All figures are heading in the right direction. Pro forma is a 5.9% increase in revenue for the first half to $207 million, up from $196 million. EBITDA, $24 million, up by 8.1% pro forma prior corresponding period. Jeff Selig said the increased revenue was through a combination of new business, expanding expanding share of the customer's wallet, and expanded service offerings, and of course the acquisitions, although they came in very late and made negligible impact on these half-year figures. AIW and Franklin contracts being signed middle of December. Selig said Franklin and AIW are fully integrated, and he let drop the news that IVE is going to build a brand new greenfield site up in Seven Hills, which will house a monster 80-page Man Lytherman press, mirroring the 80-page Lytherman down at Franklin Web in Victoria, and in fact the new site will be under the Franklin Web brand. Blue Star Web will continue as it is in Silverwater as a specialist printer of niche publications and for the corporate world, and Blue Star is due to receive a Man Rotorman shortly. In other news with IVE, Wolsey Group, the original private equity backer of the Selig family, sold out its remaining 50%, or the 50% of shares they had remaining. It sold for $35 million about 15 months ago when the IPO happened, and now it's just released its latest batch, or its final batch, for $40 million, reflecting a 20% uplift in the IVE share price since the IPO. The Selig family also cashed in 28% of its shares, raising just shy of $10 million. They remain the largest single shareholder with just over 8%. Also this week in results, Opus announced that its revenue were up by a healthy 8%, and its net profit after tax up by even more, 26%, up to $10.5 million. And the company announced it's now debt-free, so it's looking to make investments. Richard Salak, this will be his last set of figures before he retires as CEO, although he will continue as chairman of the company for the next 3 years. Personalised print platform Redbubble, profits and revenue both soaring, gross transaction value, average transaction value also soaring, and losses coming right down now, down by 75% to $2 million. So a massive week in print, and that's not with all the shenanigans going on at Australia Post. The PIA there successfully briefed Erica Betts to prevent the closure, they claim, of the South Australia, the Adelaide Mail Distribution Centre, and the government effectively sacked the Post Remuneration Committee and said it was taking over pay, and that means the new CEO will receive about 80% less than for her. His or her pay will be in line with the chiefs of the RBA and ABC, who receive about $1 million and $900,000 respectively. That's it for this week's issue of Print TV, a massive week as you can see. Go to AustralianPrinter.com.au for all the background analysis and full details of these stories and more. My name is Wayne Robinson, signing off for another week.